a selfish love.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm of course Buildz, and today we are hopping straight into the beach house let's build. Now I want to make a topic in every video that I do, whether it's a freaking car tutorial, you know, whether we're reviewing a build, or maybe just let's building like what we're doing today. And today's topic is actually going to be on haters. Now I want to thank you guys for being so goddamn amazing in my last video. As you would have seen, my channel did get attacked by a few haters, that's as well as my Twitter, and basically anything these guys could reach me on. Now, some of you are probably quite curious on how this is all kicking off, and throughout this video, as well as building this absolutely goddamn sexy house, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about the whole situation, what went down, why it's gone down, and, you know, when I'm actually going to make an entire video about this whole situation, because I really want to expose the arsehole that's responsible for all of this. And yeah, let's get straight into the video. So, I said in the last video what we are going to be doing is we are going to be building a barbecue or a swimming pool. Now one guy actually said, you know, why don't you build both? And I was actually thinking of doing that as well, buddy. So, you know what, we're going to go full out, well, we're going to go all out. Why build one when you can have two, right? So what we're going to be doing first is building a swimming pool. Now swimming pools are really hard to make look good, and especially in a plot like this, you know, it's so many awkward shapes. It's going to be a challenge, but I have an idea of where to put it, and we're just going to kind of roll with it. Hopefully it turns out good enough and you guys are, you know, happy with it. I guess let's just see how this thing goes. So what we're going to do is we're going to get out ourselves some bedrock, some normal glass. I'm going to try some glass panes. Since I don't have world edit, you're going to need that water bucket out as well. Most of you guys are probably doing that anyway. And then what else? We can have a look through our materials. And let's just see what we got. We could possibly use that. I mean, let's just get it out, you know, trial and error. We can see what we can use here, which might be good for swimming pools. Let's just have a look. You know what, that acacia wood, I'm kind of feeling that. Let's get that out. Let's get one of you out, and let's get the snow out, because my acacia wood and my snow are kind of like the same texture. If you guys haven't seen my Flows CTM Resources Pack video, go check it out now. I made it a couple of days ago, and it is live on YouTube. So, like I said, guys, what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking about haters, but let's just get this swimming pool thing planned out first of all. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. On the 9th block we're going to come across by 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what, 10, is that going to be enough? I'm not sure. Let's bring it in by 2. I think that's going to be enough. I'm going to come up by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, 10, 11, 12, 13. And we're going to fly up. We're going to see if that's a reasonable size. How will you work? You need to be a little bit bigger. You're kind of looking like a big hot tub, and you know, we want a swimming pool, so that can't work. But let's see. You know what? I think that's a fair size, and as you can see, it fits into the build quite nicely. I've connected it to the wall, and you're going to see why. I have done that in a second. But let's get the boring stuff done, and now we can get into the topic of conversation. So recently my channel was attacked by a guy called The Diamond Hits. If you haven't heard of him, that's probably not that surprising. He's not a very popular YouTuber, and a lot of people that do know him actually completely hate his guts. So not long ago on Twitter, I started talking to this guy, you know, just banter. You guys may have seen this. I actually joined his live stream. He was on 25,000 subscribers or something crazy like that, and the only person in his stream was me. Now you may be thinking, Buildz, you know, if you've like never heard of this guy, or like you know, he's not very well known, he's not a nice guy, why are you in his stream? I was actually told by my friend Smithers Boss and one of my other friends. I'm not going to mention his name because if this guy finds out who he is, he will probably harass him as well. Told me about their friends getting harassed by this guy, and how this guy actually buys dislikes and uses them to bot people's channels and just get them as many dislikes as possible. Now, if you've seen any of my videos recently and you had a look at the dislike ratio, this may seem quite ironic. This guy dislike botted my channel. Now, you know what? Dislikes are always welcome. Do you know what they do, guys? Dislikes? They help your channel out. They're called ratings. Likes, dislikes, they're ratings. What ratings do is they help your video do well. They help it get noticed because YouTube senses your videos, caught a lot of attention, whether that's dislikes, whether that's likes. They're called ratings. Ratings are good. So, you know what? I was like, if this guy wants to spend his own money on botting my freaking channel, with dislikes, and it's going to help me out, you know what? Fair enough. You're just an idiot. And you're doing nothing but helping my channel out. I really don't take offense to haters, guys. I know there's probably a small fat man sat on the other side of the screen, and with no life. He's probably a very sad man, and he's trying to hate on people to make others feel like their lives suck, because his own sucks so much. If you kind of get where I'm coming from, I didn't really word that well, but it turns out this man actually tried to blow up his school 3 times, and there's a bunch of other details that I found out about this man that are ridiculous, and we have proof of all of this. He actually ended up sending pedophiles to kids' Skype accounts, and this guy is just out of control, out of hand. He's just an asshole, and he doesn't deserve to be on YouTube. So what I'm doing is I'm coming together with a YouTuber which most of you are familiar with, Smithers Boss, and me and him are actually making a video together around mine. We've acquired loads of evidence over the last couple days of this guy and loads of proof. Quite funny story actually. I was talking to the Diamond Hit just on Skype, just trying to find out some more information from him, and he quickly realized it was me. And after I was actually after I was actually talking to him, I blocked him off Skype. I don't want anything to do with this guy. He's not the kind of guy I want on my contact list. So I blocked him. About 5 minutes after that, I get called by this random person. And I'm pretty sure that guy was actually a pedophile. And I have this all recorded, which just makes it so much better. And I was honestly laughing at this guy. It was like, how old are you? Where are you from? I was like, mate, you probably touch kids. I'm not giving you that info, you sad little man. And yeah, it was freaking hilarious. And I showed some of my friends it so far, and they just honestly cried with laughter. And this guy, he just kept saying to me I want Gail, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I'm not Gail. As you can see, my Skype name is Alex. Can you not read? Is this guy retarded? But I don't know, guys. Just some funny backstory info on funny videos to come on my channel. I kind of want to make my channel a bit different. I mean, I actually want to get more into doing these Let's Builds. I really enjoy doing them. It's just, you kind of got to get the motivation, the kind of kickstart to start doing these videos. And I think once you get back into the flow, you get comfortable with it again, and you have that ability just to be able to build, to your own standard on the spot. Then you know what, it's alright. But I actually haven't had this in quite some time. As you know, I've been taking big gaps from my Let's Builds. I've done this in the past. It's just a lack of the motivation. If a lot of you are wondering what's happening with Smithers Boss's channel at the moment, he's actually suffering from quite bad demotivation, and he's actually kickstarted his new little channel, Smithers. So if you want to check him out on that, please do, guys. I think that he's kind of edging towards the kind of mini game and survival game kind of industry, the PvP world in Minecraft, because honestly, making PvP videos is so much fun. Guys, I don't build like I used to. I used to build every single day almost, and I used to be on, a server on my own world with friends, hosting a massive LAN party around my house, just building for fun. I don't really do that anymore. I mean, I got a job, and that kind of limits me on, how much time I have. And, when I do have free time, I either want to go see my friends, hang out with friends, go out, get some food, watch some movies maybe, talk to my girlfriend, and it kind of limits me on that kind of time, so I don't really do that much anymore. if I do have some free time on top of that, I like to try and make some videos for you guys, and usually that's kind of like how I roll, and that's what I do. But honestly, it's not as fun anymore to build. I mean, I absolutely love doing these videos for you guys. It takes a lot of work to make these videos happen and everything, which is, you know, why I'm always so appreciative of, you know, you guys commenting and leaving likes and all that kind of jazz, because, you know what, it's just nice to get something back when you spend so much time and effort making a video, and then you have a load of people tell you, you know, your work's cool, they like your house. You know, I really appreciate that from you guys, and I just gotta say that I'm just so grateful to have so many of you, you know, like following me and supporting me as I go along. I really appreciate that, guys. Alright, so I got a little list here. Let me just get it out. Alright, we need to flick the page because this ain't the right list. On this list, I actually have a ton of little like kind of ideas of what we can do for this house. Right, so I lowered the pool into the ground. I mean, obviously that was a logical choice. I thought about adding an actual gazebo. A gazebo is kind of like a small wooden, kind of usually plank seating area with a roof where you can just kind of chill, maybe eat dinner outside on a nice summer's day. You guys probably know what I'm on about. The question is, can we put one down, and if so, where? Maybe about here. So let's just get a little sign out. Let's list gazebo right down here. Okay, let's do this. Gazebo. I think this is how you spell it, guys. I am absolutely crap with spelling. Like, my reading is really good. You know, I can pronounce words fine. I'm not a retard, but when it comes to spelling, I freaking suck, guys. Add a hot tub. Hot tubs are a nice feature. I freaking love hot tubs. We should definitely do that. The question is, where should we put the hot tub? Near the swimming pool? Maybe on the decking area? You know, we could have a hot tub. A hot tub at the front of the house. Now that wouldn't really work, would it? We could have a hot tub in here, maybe like a sauna, a hot tub. But I kind of want that to be the master bedroom. It's too small there for a hot tub. See, just this space management, guys, is so difficult with these kind of projects. We could put one here, actually, to be fair. I think a hot tub would go well here. Tell me what you guys think about the layout. Would you like me to change anything? Have you got any better ideas? If so, you know, always let me know. I will respond to all of you, of course. Add a glass section to the pool. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go too overkill with this build. I used to be an absolutely crazy maniac when it came to these Let's Builds. I mean, if you guys saw my Villa Let's Build, when I had my key point in motivation, you guys probably have an idea already of how crazy I used to be. I used to put mega yachts on, like, I used to put like villas on private sand islands, and they used to have mega yachts, you know, on their own personal kind of like marina. And I was crazy. I don't know how I had that much motivation. It was absolutely just mind blowing. I wish I could have that today. But, you know, to make a basement and maybe like look up onto a swimming pool or something like that, that would probably be too time consuming. I mean, I guess it just all depends on how well this video does and how much you guys enjoy it. And then dependent on them factors, you know, we can see if we can make something for you guys. You know, maybe you enjoy it that much. I know, we're going to see. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come across by 4. And we're going to do the same thing here. I know I'm kind of liking this little detail thingy. I guess maybe we can have like an elevated walkway or something that goes like over this. And you can just see under the pool, you know. It's not necessary. It doesn't really mean or do anything. It's just a cool accessory that we can add to the build, you know. That just gives it a nice little bit of detail, and it just makes the build that bit more interesting. And maybe, ooh, I just had an idea, guys. Let's see if we can pull this thing off. Alright, I don't really want to connect to that. If possible, that would be good not to connect to that. Okay, let's see what we can do. Maybe that could be a hot... Oh, yo, that is so cool. We are doing that. We are doing that. This is going to be the hot tub, guys. It's going to be connecting. Thumbs up if you think this thing looks freaking epic, because I definitely do. But yeah, we haven't really talked about haters much, And I kind of got off topic with, you know, that whole shebang, but let's get back into it. Many people have many different views on me on YouTube. Some people, like most of you guys who are watching me, absolutely love me, and others completely freaking hate me. And I guess I'm quite strong when it comes to, I'm quite strongly opinionated, you know, and that can lead to hate. And I just want to tell you guys that, you know, you may have bad views on me, but I'm not a bad person. I just have strong views sometimes, strong views which sometimes get ahead of me, and really I shouldn't do what I am currently doing. See guys, when I deal with a lot of haters, what I don't do is block them. Honestly, you get a hater, don't waste your time. Like I said, it's that little fat man behind that computer screen. Don't listen to him, you know? Block him. Honestly guys. It's a sensible choice, it's what you should do, and it's what I failed to do many times for whatever reason. Sometimes I like to put like a little bit of logic into their head because they're like mentally challenged and I just cannot handle that. But honestly, just block them. If we're talking about haters and you just, you know, you don't want to deal with them because there are so many horrible people out there on the internet, guys. You don't even understand. Like I've met so many horrible individuals that actually look so freaking dope. Honestly, just block them. Don't deal with them, block them. They will hurt your brain, they're probably retarded, they will just annoy the crap out of you. And, you know, a lot of people on the internet have fun at just annoying people. And I just think it's like the saddest thing. This Diamond Hit guy who I'm talking about, you know, has some other issues. And, of course, you know, I will point out my video. You know, I'm not going to make a video hating on him because I do understand that, you know, the man clearly has problems. I mean, you know, a normal person doesn't try and blow up their school 3 times and, you know, do everything he's done. So he's clearly got some problems there, and I'm not gonna completely, you know, roast him completely, you know, go rage mode on him because he clearly doesn't like, you know what he's doing. You know, he's got problems, and, you know, I understand that. You know, he may not understand what he's doing, and, you know, what he's doing, he may not understand, you know, what he is actually doing is like really that bad. I'm not sure, he might be autistic. I really can't predict these things, but you just gotta be careful what you say on the internet, guys, because you can get in real shit real easy, and I found that out in a couple cases before, so don't test it. Alright, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna clean up this area right here with all the random sand kind of speckles, and what we're going to do is we're going to come up with a really neat little design. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of order in this. As you can see, this area is fairly exposed to the public. Of course, they probably want to look out over these beautiful views, but I imagine they also want to have a fair bit of privacy. Now, I'm using Flow CTM, which I'm sure many of you are now aware of, but we've got these funds. These funds, actually, you know what, they aren't too bad. I'm not hating them. They actually look alright. What we're going to do next is we're going to put one here. Ooh, that's 4. That ain't going to work. I'm going to put 2 there then. 2 there. And 2 here. And 1 here. As you can see, it's kind of got a certain pattern to it. We want to make it look modern. We want to make it kind of look designer. And, you know, kind of cool looking. So, let's try to pull something nice off. Maybe 2 of them there. Maybe we put 1 there, 1 there. I know, just try come up with something consistent, something neat looking. Don't be one of them guys that runs around with bone meal. You know who you are. Gazebo. Gazebos are challenging. They're not easy, and I'm not gonna lie. You know, I struggle at making gazebos. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is find a little bit of inspiration. Some real life inspiration. I will be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Leave a like on the video if you haven't already. Remember to leave me comments, guys. You know, I really appreciate it. I love getting back to you guys. I will see you guys in a minute. Don't go anywhere. And let's come up with some cool inspiration. Hey guys, so welcome back. So I just realized that I'm in Flow CTM and we actually have white fences. I was like, oh yeah, crap. I was like, this is going to be so easy to make a little gazebo. So I came up with this little thing. Really simple, easy to make, and don't worry guys, I'm going to tell you how to build it. So if we come from this corner block here, you're going to want to come up by 2, and then come across by 1, 2, 3. come in by one, and then we start with some oak wood planks. You're going to want to come across by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then on this side we have a 2x6 of grass, a 2x6 of oak wood planks, a 2x6 of grass, and then a 1x6 of oak wood planks. Then on each corner in 1, 2, 3, 4 in height we have 4 of the acacia wood fences. And then on the sides we have the total width of acacia wood fence gates as well. We have 2 on this side, 2 on this side, 2 on the back side, and 2 on that side. Now when we get to here we come out by 1, and then we come up by 1. And guys, you may be wondering, how is this all supported? This is carpet, and like I did say, you know, we're playing legit Minecraft here. We're on vanilla, so all I've done is I've just used some string right there, and that works perfectly fine. So on the corners actually we do have light grey carpet, and in the middle we have normal carpet. Now it's quite hard to tell the difference, but it just adds a little bit of cool detail, and I just thought it was a nice addition. So what we're going to do now is in the middle, it's going to come up with like some kind of simple table design. I want to play around because, you know, we're in CTM now, and there's some new things that we can do, because, you know, this texture pack actually allows you to kind of explore a little bit more with some of these like snowy details especially. Alright, so we got all of them. Don't need the sand. You know what, why don't we try and get out, let's have a look at some of these. You know what, you could work if you actually decide to get my inventory. That would be quite helpful. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to run, oh yeah, this might be quite challenging. I'm just going to mess around, guys, until we come up with design. It's going to be trial and error, I'm afraid. So why don't we do that, right? Then we get some black gloss. Like I said, this is trial and error. And if you guys are finding you have the banner issue, which comes with flows and flow CTM, unfortunately, all you will have to do is just go onto a video that I've already made, and it's how to fix that. I know that is a little bit of an issue, and it's quite unfortunate. You know what? That's really simple, but actually works pretty goddamn well. We're going to use that. And then we're going to just go get the acacia stairs. What is it with things just not wanting to be in my inventory today? And we're going to have 2 of these just right there, like so. Just, you know, really neat, really simple, but it works quite well. Now what we can do is we can put some item frames on the side. You know, they kind of look like armrests. This is a really old technique that I'm sure many of you are familiar with. Just like that. And what could we actually put in them? You know what, we could put these in there. That might actually work. Nothing wants to go in my inventory today. My god. You know, I don't really know what they do. They're just like a cool, nice little detail, like some extra detail, like I said, guys. And what we can do is we can get a flower pot. Can actually... Let's get a fence out. Actually, let's get one of these guys out so it contrasts a little bit better rather than having everything the same. If we put you, say, there. Ah, damn, you're going to try and connect onto things. What about if we put you like that, and then like that? Put you like... Oh yeah, when you forget, you know, there's so much that we do nowadays in World Edit. We forget how limited you really are in vanilla. So let's just put 2 of them down there. What would be a nice little plant? Some of these azure bullets are just so nice. Damn, that's awesome. Okay, absolutely sick. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go get ourselves out some glowstone. The glowstone in this texture pack is surprisingly nice. And what we can actually do is we can hide a couple. We can put 2 there, because this is all going to be hidden, guys. And it's going to provide a little bit of necessary lighting, which, you know, will of course light up the pool at night time. And what we're going to do is just do it symmetrical of each wall. Like I said, you know, if you can add any necessary lighting in Minecraft and try keep it hidden if possible, it is well worth it. Look at that, see? Lighting is just so much better through that swimming pool. You are supposed to connect all the way. Now, we could try put it on each corner. You know what, that kind of works. You can get away with that. If you can get away with it, do it. But you know, a lot of time glowstone does look very ugly, even if you do change the textured block. But I think, you know what, that works alright as well. And I think that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Today's video was 20 minutes long, something around that. So, you know, it wasn't too long, not too boring to watch, hopefully. I hope you did all enjoy the video. Of course, like always, if you did, pop a big like and leave me a comment down below. What did you think of this Let's Build? Did you enjoy it? Do you have any ideas of your own to add to this Let's Build? If so, that would be absolutely awesome, guys. Please do drop that down below. I will catch you guys in the next video. I'm going to try and upload another video tomorrow. I may not be able to, and it may be on the day after that, but we'll see what's happening. And I also want to live stream soon. Me and V-God are building a beautiful modern barn house on the world Corrales, and I know many of you are really enjoying that live stream series, so I'm going to try and get another episode out for you guys. As always, I love you guys so much. Continue to support this channel, and you'll just give me so much motivation recently. And I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys later. Stay creative. Catch you in the next one.